Shalom. I want to give all praise to my Heavenly Father's name is Yahweh, Yashem, Yahweh Shah, Yashem, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, the well, peace and many salutations to you out there that's toiling in this truth. I wanted to come on and speak about the breaks and the packs of the breaks and what it can implicate as far as what I mean by the implication of the form of the breaks and how it affects us is, there's a lot of people out there saying that, with this economic pact that BRICS has made one another, that this could topple the U.S. as the reserve currency. And all this is just speculation. You have to understand that BRICS is fairly new. BRICS was actually formed in the early 2010s. I want to say like 16. So this is something that's been around and actually starting with the Eder Ariala, has been spoken about. What BRICS does is it gives countries an alternative way to do business versus having to utilize the American dollar. You know what I'm saying? So with BRICS, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South America, and also here recently we have other countries that have become a part of this, that use each other's currency and also they trade with each other as far as commodities to get a more fair deal, or I would say a fair deal, or more bang for their individual currency, more bang for their buck, more for their individual currency versus using the American dollar per se. Now, the American dollar is still substantially strong, and people that are making these claims that by year July 2024 that BRICS is going to take over, and it's going to take a lot of things for the American dollar to topple. You have to understand, China and America still has a very much so interdependent relationship. Why is that? Because America still holds the contract powers because of reserve currency. Okay, and these contracts that America has with Russia, they last for years. That's why you hear future contracts. There's a contract for you literally in the future. So with the strength of the American dollar, and as I said, going back to where I wanted to point this out, as I said, America is able to control currency, right? Well, what contracts, right? Well, you got to think with the strength of that American dollar, they're able to get work for cheap, products for cheap, and that's China's niche market, producing things cheap, including labor, or presenting commodities for cheap. All these things that they wouldn't be able to do without the strength of the American dollar. Okay. All right, and this is just one example of other countries that are part of, that use the American dollar as its reserve currency, and practically everybody does, man, including Russia. And now the whole BRICS concept is starting to be more popular. So people want to make these outlandish claims that by January the 1st, 2024, that's it. It's over. No. And more than likely, that's not going to happen. Now, are pacts being formulated? Yes. Is more things going to get, more countries going to start leaning towards BRICS? Even countries that were big countries that were once a part of the great beast, yes. Well, we understand that because Revelation, the 17th chapter, you know what I'm saying? And also, we have to understand there's a whole new currency that's being ushered in. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, BRICS is cool and things of that nature, but you have to understand, right now, they're fighting for who's going to be on top with their digital currency. this is why what the Apostle Tahar is bringing out, as far as being, persistent about bringing out the mark, is why it's, a lot of ways it's, for lack of a better term, genius. I hate using that word because brothers, let me know where the connotation of that word came, or the etymology of that word came from. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High is dealing with the elder apostle Tahar, and that's what they're really fighting for, essentially. What currency is going to rule that that MOTB, that mark, man? Okay, so we wanted to bring out a couple of facts about the American dollar. Reiterating, the American dollar is substantially strong. It's going to take more than just certain packs from, these various countries to come up against it. It's going to take, a few countries. It's going to take, worldwide, all these countries that you see before you, our stronger countries are going to have to adopt the BRICS concept. Right now, we don't see that happening. So the American dollar is still going to be substantially strong. You know what I'm saying? Could it topple next year because of inflation? There's a lot of factors, but this just from what my research, because I was saying this years ago. Well, we were saying this years ago as far as BRICS and the inception of it and what it could mean to the American dollar. And still, it's going to take a lot of things to topple the American dollar. One of those things is going to be war, okay? Which, that could happen in the near future too. Okay, but all that to say, the American dollar is still strong. You know what I'm saying? It's going to take more than this, the adoption, or not the adoption, the creation of BRICS to topple it. Okay, BRICS is still a relatively new organization, and then it doesn't have the backing. It's not a popular currency. It's not in usage. See, what we're talking about is speculation. BRICS is just speculation. What we have in the American dollar is usage. It's used as a reserve currency. Okay, not just toppling that right now. All right. In order for everybody to massively just adopt the BRICS and its currency, it's going to be some substantial changes is going to have to happen. Okay. All right. So again, I don't want to ramble too much. The American dollar is still going to be substantially strong. Okay? Shalom.